Cross. This is day 3 of regional play. Your Holy Cross Crusaders will be playing the Decatur Unity Christian School Lions. A matchup that we expect to be particularly good. We'll talk in a little bit about some keys to the game. Your pregame is sponsored by Holy Cross School, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross. A couple of things and we also want to thank our other sponsors. We'll get to them throughout the game as well, but we also want to thank the High School of St. Thomas More, Illini Recycling, CU Dentists, Neves Group Property Management, Black Diamond Maintenance, Sharp Family Farms, Wild Botanicals, the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the Real Estate Center of Illinois, Stegman Law, Aaron Hartnett, Champaign Gymnastics Academy, Blue Sky, and the Holy Cross 8th grade basketball parents. So thank you to all those sponsors for making tonight possible again. We're excited to bring you another game here. And we'll get to a lot of stuff before the game gets started, but I want to welcome in Dave Unger, who's here to help us again tonight. Dave, thanks again for being here.
Yeah, pleasure. Really enjoy basketball. Really enjoy watching these kids, so thank you.
Absolutely. So what we'll do right now, we're going to go thank some of those sponsors for their support, and then we'll be back with a full pregame show here in just a little bit.
Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith-centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross.
Why? Oh, maybe it's no.
When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away.
Yeah,
the reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs.
A little bit here.
If you're not already a customer at Champaign, Savoy, or as of January 1st, Mahomet, go to their website, IlliniRecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Bought a rental property. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Late night calls, rent collections, paperwork, all of it. Not what you thought. Neves Group Property Management wants to take away your stress. We specialize in residential property management in Champaign, Urbana, on and off campus, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Visit our website at nevesgroup.com or give us a call at 217-377-8850. Let the professionals take over and take care of it all.
Well, we'll try that one more time. Welcome back, folks, to regional championship play between the Decatur Unity Lions and your Holy Cross Crusaders. Dave, let's start talking about this game in a little bit of detail, but why don't we start with what we know, and then we'll talk about maybe some things that we expect or some keys to the game for both teams. Let's start, though, with Decatur Unity. They come into this game, a couple of pending scores, so I'm not 100% sure on these records, but my best guess is they come into this with a 14-6 record. They've played a pretty tough schedule, or what appears to be a pretty tough schedule over in Decatur, playing a decent number of 2A and even a couple of 3A schools on their way to this game. The other thing that we know about Unity is that their big scorers are a couple of 7th graders, and one of the things that potentially could come into play later is that they played they had a rock fight of a game against Okaw Valley on Tuesday. Those 6th and 7th graders had a sectional championship game last night in Decatur. Game wasn't particularly close, so they may be able to get some good rest for some of their key players, but now they're back here again tonight. It's game 3 in a row, day 3 in a row. Now, granted, we are talking about 11 to 13-year-old boys. They seem to have boundless amounts of energy,
Yes.
but I think there's a chance maybe that the mental load of all of that could be something that might factor in as we get further and further down the road. And again, a couple of those key players for them. Micah Sutton, he'll be number 1, and then Ivory Smith will be 13. We both watched the game on Tuesday. Any particular thoughts? Anything that you want to point out before about Unity in particular?
Yes, especially with those two, they will be the ones for folks at home and for all of us to watch to see how they dictate their offense. They're the spark on defense as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well these 6th and 7th graders, who they primarily have out on the floor for the duration of the game, and whether or not they respond well based on probably certainly playing a lesser team, simply by the fact that they are, I would imagine, highly ranked, if not one of the top seeds in their 7th grade regional bracket, and then come here and play this second place team from last year's state championship. So yeah, it's a taller order with only 1 day of rest after also playing that rock fight you mentioned. They were tied with Okaw Valley at 28 after 3 quarters, and then just started pulling away, started making more of their shots down the road. But yeah, when we get to the keys of the game, we'll talk about that being a big thing, is shooting accuracy, how well these two teams, especially their guards, shoot from distance. That'll be a big story today.
Absolutely. And we talked about on Tuesday that how you shoot from distance, regardless of how you normally shoot from distance, can impact a game in a number of ways. If we think about Holy Cross a little bit, they come into this game with a record of 18-3. And all 3 of those losses, though, are to some of those bigger 2A type schools. 3 losses were to Bloomington Corpus Christi, Normal Epiphany, and Champaign St. Matthew. I did a little bit of looking last night. Epiphany and Corpus Christi played in a regional semifinal on Monday or Tuesday, and that was a 1-point game that Epiphany pulled out. And then last night they played Normal Metcalf in the regional championship and lost by, I think, 8 or 10 points. So Normal Metcalf is going to go to a sectional game on Monday, which is where the winner of this game goes, is a sectional game. However, not going to play those teams. Most likely to play Mattoon St. John's. Looks to be the matchup. Of course, anything can happen, especially in 7th grade basketball, but not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but St. John's played Martinsville earlier in the season and won pretty handily, and that's their opponent tomorrow night. So whichever team you're rooting for, whoever wins this game, they'll be taking a look to see what happens there. But I think most people would reasonably expect it to be St. John's. For Holy Cross, Dave, what do you see as maybe the biggest things that they need to do, or maybe what are you looking for tonight from them?
I think what we've seen from last year, and then again spilling into this year, that turnover. They have the same guys. Except for a flu here, a bad knee there, they've generally been able to play with each other. And it was a point we made in one of the earlier games, as whether the game got out of hand, like the first one against DeLand or the second one against Next Gen, where they still needed to plug away and make sure that they ensured the victory. They need to play their game. So whatever kind of speed, I think we'll see a lot of chaos coming from Unity to try to disrupt what Holy Cross does. But if they can execute, if they can play consistent basketball through their system, that's what gives them the upper hand over a team that, as I think we'll see in Unity, will have to lean on 1 or 2 players. Holy Cross has done a great job of keeping the entire 5 on the squad involved in all of their offensive sets, and even when they're running motion. So if they just do that, they just play a typical game, staying consistent within themselves, then that'll be their biggest asset.
I would agree. So I think we've got a really interesting matchup on our hands. I think both teams like to play with a decent amount of pace, but Unity definitely wants to ratchet that pace up to 11. And I think it's really going to boil down for Holy Cross. Can they, as you said, can they execute? Can they execute their game plan? Can they do the things that they want to do and the things that they do well? And if they can manage to do those things, then I think they've got a pretty decent shot.
Yeah,
Go
Holy Cross does move up and down the floor extremely fast. We'll see their match. We'll see that out of Unity as well. But when Holy Cross does work in the half court, they are extremely methodical. They are very patient, and they will wait for their opportunity to exploit the defense to not be able to keep up with them. And so, yeah, if they can run that high, like fast, slow at the times when they dictated, and the Crusaders have been so good about dictating game flow, at least in these few games we've been watching here, yeah, that's what suits them best.
All right, we're going to take a couple of minute break and then we'll be back to do some very specific pregame. We'll have maybe some keys to the game and some specific things that we're looking for both teams to have the success that they're looking for tonight to advance to that sectional championship game on Monday. Again, you're listening to the pregame sponsored by Holy Cross School, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross.
People talk about their car being totaled. What about the driver? Are they totaled too? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law, and they're not going to let the insurance company total you out. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. How long has it been since your last dental checkup? Is your snoring keeping your partner awake at night? Book an appointment with CU Dentist to take care of those pearly whites or to discuss options to get that snoring under control. CU Dentists utilize state-of-the-art technology and cutting-edge techniques. Their office on Springfield Avenue in Champaign is perfect for that midday cleaning for little Crusaders. CU Dentists are longtime fans and supporters of Holy Cross School. Go Crusaders! If you need to update the flooring in your house, need to fix or replace that drafty window, or just want a new look for your front door, give Aaron Hartnett a call. Aaron has years of experience in the construction business and would be happy to fix whatever's broken. Just like the Crusader press can turn an errant pass into a basket, Aaron can help you turn your frustration into fixed. Call Aaron today at 217-819-1542. The Sharp family and Sharp Family Farms want to wish the best of luck to the 8th grade team on their postseason run. The Sharp family have been farming in East Central Illinois for 5 generations and grow corn and soybeans. The Sharps are avid supporters of Holy Cross School. If you have farmland you're looking to lease, contact Adam and he'll be happy to chat with you. Go Crusaders! Have you been hurt? Are your medical bills skyrocketing? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law. They'll get you the compensation you deserve. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Champaign County, you need to come first. At the Scott Bechtel Group, they believe that if you're not left with an amazing experience, they haven't done their job. They don't measure success through achievements or awards, but through the satisfaction of their clients. For all of your real estate needs, call the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the Real Estate Center of Illinois, 217-239-7202.
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. Again, you're listening to the Holy Cross School pregame show. Holy Cross School, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross. Dave, we've talked a little bit about what's already happened for both of these teams and just a little bit about what is in store for the winner come Monday. What are maybe some of your keys to the game tonight? What are you looking for each team to come away with a victory?
Yeah, we're going to start with the road team here. I would say for the Unity Lions, they rely a lot, or at least in the one game we saw, they rely a lot on Micah Sutton. He really is the igniter for their offense. Scored 28 of their 45 points back on Tuesday. And so they will really want to spread the floor on offense, try to get Holy Cross's defense to have to cover that bigger area, and that allows him the space and the runway to either take threes, to cut in. He's extremely, really fun to watch. Maybe you don't want to have to play against that kind of player, but he's an elite player, and he's got this awesome hop step. Not exactly a Euro, but you think you've got him covered underneath, and then he can dart around that. And then for them on defense, maybe I can't remember if we said this on air, but they're going to really need to disrupt the passing lanes for Holy Cross, who moves the ball very well. They get everybody involved, especially among those 3 guards on the perimeter. So that's how Unity's going to have to tamp down Holy Cross. But for Holy Cross, yeah, on offense, as much as their shooting is going to be important, I really think where they can turn the tide or get a real advantage over Unity is on the boards. They are extremely successful at offensive boards. They're going to get their chances. They're going to have their misses. But if those guys down low dominate over whatever Unity has to offer, that's going to be a real key for Holy Cross when they're on offense. And then on defense, it goes back to Sutton. They're going to have to try to find a way to contain him. Like, this feels like the kind of team where we might game plan. Don't let the best player beat you. Make them try to find other players who have to get involved, who maybe aren't used to shouldering that load, especially against an elite team like Holy Cross. So if they can put him in check, put number 1 Sutton in more of like a common man role, then and make them have to spread it around, I think the depth of Holy Cross will do them well in stymieing him a bit.
And I think you really hit on maybe my key for tonight is the depth and the ability of Holy Cross to just really be in your face and provide defensive pressure for 24 minutes, regardless of who's in the game. And they do have 3 guards that can all play really strong defense. In full transparency, I don't know that any one of the 3 though can take Sutton one-on-one, man-on-man, especially for a full 24 minutes. And the other thing is, Sutton did hit 1 3 the other day, but if I'm Holy Cross and I'm trying to shut him down, I'm going to pack the paint a little bit because most of his shots come in the paint, and he's in addition to being an elite ball handler, he is also an elite finisher. I saw a couple of plays on Tuesday that would not have been out of place at the State Farm Center, maybe not even in the NBA. Now, height relative to the rim is different than those 2 places, but the actual moves and the actual finishes themselves would not have looked out of place.
I wouldn't say I was tracking whether or not I don't think I saw him take any jump shots inside the arc. He was almost always going right at the rim, and he was 9 for 11. Like you say, he is a finisher. So if he gets there, and especially if he gets inside the paint, you really have to double team him. It's going to be worth a couple of fouls to bump him and try to get off his rhythm, but he was also an exceptional free throw shooter. So it's going to be pick your poison if you let him decide what's happening inside the arc.
Well, and the thing I think that benefits Holy Cross is they do have, Charlie Young, when he's in the game, alters at a minimum and blocks a lot of shots. Now, the trick for Charlie is going to have to be that he's going to have to either be straight up or go for the ball after it's released and not try to block that shot before it's released, because he can pick up a couple of fouls, and then that changes the game a little bit. The other player for Unity that scores the second most of their points is going to be Ivory Smith, at least most of the time, based on what I saw in 2 7th grade games and what we've seen in a couple of games here at the regional. Ivory Smith is the other guy that does a lot of work for Unity. But the thing about Smith is that when you start to compare him to the front court of Holy Cross, there is a breadth and a wideness to Holy Cross and a stoutness to the post players for Holy Cross that Smith doesn't have. And that's not to say that he's not going to get his fair share of rebounds and put back opportunities, because he is very athletic, very agile, and is very springy. So he can jump and take a rebound away from above somebody without getting the. It's not a foul anymore. There is no over the back, folks, but avoid that over the back type of call. So you still have to box him out, because if you don't box him out, he's going to find a way to get rebounds and putbacks. But I think Holy Cross is a little bit more uniquely suited to manage him specifically than maybe some of the other teams that Unity has faced. But you still have to execute.
Yeah, and to continue to give him a little love, it's worth mentioning what Smith does when they are on offense, that he really traveled the interior well. He's not looking to plant or post. He is on the high post. He's down low. And it's really hard sometimes to be a forward and sneak around, but he's very quick. He understands positioning very well, and I think he, with his upper level footwork, I think he could give some trouble if someone tried to just post him one-on-one. But he's always in movement and always in motion, so I don't think he's going to give Holy Cross that opportunity that often, which is why, as you said, players like Young and Givasol have to make sure that they have that awareness of where he's at on the inside so they can box out and get the rebounds we were talking about. That'll be so important for Crusaders.
Now, the other thing we talked about, so kind of a couple of my observations and what I would do, what I would try to do on offense if I'm Holy Cross in particular. I think there's a couple of things that you can try to do. One is that I do think you've got a height advantage with Young if you can get him posted up. Even with the jumping ability and shot blocking ability of Smith, I think I think you've got an advantage there that you can take advantage of when Charlie's in the game. Again, if he's well positioned, he is going to have to keep that ball high though, because all of their players are very good at reaching in, knocking the ball away, getting jump balls. So you do have to protect it, and even once you get into good position, you got to finish well. But I think that's something that you can do. The other thing that I feel like I've noticed over the games that I've watched Unity, and not every team has the ability to exploit this, but you talked about Unity trying to create chaos, and they do a great job of that on defense. They've got a full court press with Smith at the top that can create problems for lots of teams. But again, with the guard play and the amount of time that Colton, Braden, and Eli have spent together, as long as they remain under control, they don't get frazzled by that pressure. And for the most part, over the course of 2 seasons, they have not. There's a couple of things. One is the ability to break that pressure, and then you've potentially got a break going the other way, which can lead to some easy baskets. But with the pursuit that Unity has, there's going to be some opportunities for backdoor cuts, and we saw a couple of those work really well on Tuesday for the Crusaders. So you do have to protect the ball. Again, in full honesty, I was texting back and forth with Coach about a couple of things, and one of the things I said to him is you can't have any lazy passes. There can be no lazy passes tonight, and in addition to that, if you are the one receiving the pass, you have to go meet it. You can't wait for the ball to get to you, because if you wait, I can almost guarantee you that a Lion is going to come from behind you, knock it away, and be going the other direction. And if you're not getting back on defense, it turns into a layup real fast, because this is a quick team. We've talked about Sutton and Smith the most, but at least in a 7th grade game that we played, CJ Mans was getting into the backcourt off of steals a ton. He put up, I think it was 18 or 20 points against us in a 7th grade game, just off of steals by Smith and Sutton, and him being the first one back on the other end. And we tried a couple of different things to stop that at the 7th grade level, and we couldn't. I don't think that Holy Cross has that type, or the 8th graders will have that type of problem. They're stronger passers, they're more experienced, and they've been doing this a long time, and they're really good about getting back in transition. You don't see them get beat back in transition very often, just generally. And I can guarantee you that if it happens even once or twice, one of 2 things is going to happen, and maybe both. One, these boys will recognize that, and they're not going to let it happen. And I can also guarantee you that if it happens more than 2 times, coach is going to call a timeout, and they're going to hear about it, and they're going to get it reinforced from the sideline.
Definitely.
That they've got to get back.
Yeah, and more on Mans and his counterpart, Younghouse, Mans being number 30 and Younghouse number 0. You'll probably see them come off of the bench pretty quickly. We saw that in the game on Tuesday night. In each of the quarters, they have a couple of taller guys, 7th or 8th graders that might start out who play more of a forward role, or a small forward, a 2 or 3. But these guys come out and they are high-level shooters from 3. Only 6th graders, fairly short, but they love, especially Younghouse loves the corner, and if they put up a ton of threes on Tuesday. They did not have much success between them, but it's clear it's part of the game plan that these guys are and you mentioned 30, like how many he sank against you guys, that they want to feed these outside shooters as well, and that gives some of the their 2 stars a little bit of a respite as well.
So again, I think when we look at tonight, I think there's I really only see three outcomes. Now I could be wrong, but I see one of three things happening. I see either a really tight game the whole way that goes back and forth, kind of like the semifinal game between Unity and Okaw Valley. Um, I could see Holy Cross with their experience not being bothered by the pressure and playing good defense, and Unity struggling to shoot from outside, and the zone defense kind of packing the middle and stopping Sutton and Smith. And there's a world, I'm not saying it's incredibly likely, where Holy Cross wins by 20 plus. And it may be one of those things where it happens more late than it does early. Um, and the third scenario that I see is it's a relatively tight game. Holy Cross gets up by 4 baskets or so and kind of holds things at bay there and maybe gets close a couple of times. What I don't see, and again, I could be surprised, but I don't see with the experience, with the depth, um, with the guard play that Holy Cross has, I don't see a Unity blowout.
I don't think that's likely either. You know, and for as much as we have spent some time talking about Unity to help those watching be familiar with them, that's not to cast any kind of shadow on the Crusaders. This, again, is still one of the most elite teams at the 1A level. Last year, this year, that counts for a lot. They've played teams like Unity. They had to knock some of them off to get as far as they got last year. They played 2A and 3A teams. This is just the latest, but you know they have two very high caliber players, but Holy Cross is so deep. Their elite level players have been through all of this before, and so yeah, that definitely gives an edge. And not to say anything too about the home court advantage. Like, this is playing here and playing tight games here and playing back and forth games here. This is all very familiar for the last 4 years now. So.
And you mentioned that, Dave, and I panned to the crowd. Great job by Holy Cross getting the fans out here tonight. And you just look at the disparity on the sidelines. You know that we should have that home court advantage, but it's right there on your screens if you're not here to see it. But if you are here and you can hear us, make sure you're loud. Make it hard when Unity is on defense or on offense. No, when they're on defense, because we need to be able to communicate on offense. But just make it difficult. Be good sports about it, but be loud, be proud, cheer, bring that energy. I think our boys are ready and they're going to bring it themselves. But if you're here, help feed that energy for us.
Yeah, and shout out to our cheer team who is here tonight in full force as well. You won't see them much on the broadcast because they're tucked here to our lower left by the camera angle you're seeing, but you might hear them at various times, especially during the timeouts and the dead balls, doing some of their cheers. IES rules prevent them from being able to come out and do a halftime show, but yeah, so grateful to have them here and have their coaches get them out to give even more noise for the Crusaders.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's part of the atmosphere, and it's great to have those cheerleaders here. You know, some of them have been invested with this team since they were fifth graders as well. You know, for all the middle schoolness that happens between kids this age, one of the things that I personally appreciate about the school is how much they care about each other. They may give them give their classmates a good ribbing. They may some things that are harsh at times, but I think on the whole, it's all in good fun. And these kids really care about each other and they want to see each other do well. You know, I saw that in particular at cross country in the fall season, and you know we see that at track in the spring, and we just see that when the kids are together. So it is a community here, and I'm really excited to see. I'm glad that the cheerleaders are here to be part of this today as well. And that's our buzzer that gives us 1 minute before game time. So we're going to hit the national anthem here in just a second. We will break away for that. You've been listening to the pregame show. It's been sponsored by Holy Cross, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross.
We all have it, that list of things you want done around the house. Finding someone to do it is overwhelming, and you just don't want to be ripped off. Black Diamond Maintenance is your go-to honey-do list guy. Want that big mirror hung up? Bathroom refresh? Want a new coat of paint in the living room? We are your guy. The list of what we can do is endless. Champaign, Urbana, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Give us a call for your free estimate. 217 377 8850. Let our guys be your guy. It takes a lot to be a coach. It takes even more to be a great coach. You plan practice, go to the games, worry about playing time, and skill development. The Holy Cross 8th graders have been blessed with great coaches and great coaching. The parents would like to sincerely thank the Holy Cross 8th grade boys basketball coaches for their time, leadership, and dedication to these young men.
When disaster strikes, every second counts. Blue Sky Restoration is on call 24/7, ready to respond to fire, water, and storm damage the moment it happens. We act fast to protect your home, your business, and everything that matters. For mold cleanup and reconstruction needs, we bring the same urgency, care, and expertise. Our crews communicate clearly from start to finish, because it's not just about fixing damage, it's about restoring your confidence. Call your local team here at Blue Sky. We're ready when you need us most.
Wild Botanicals is a small batch, all natural bath and body company based in Champaign, Illinois. Founded in 2013, we began with simple, heartfelt creations, soap and lip balm, and have thoughtfully expanded our line ever since. Every recipe is intentionally formulated to rejuvenate, repair, and replenish the skin for everyday living. From start to finish, each product is poured, bottled, and labeled by hand, ensuring quality, care, and a personal touch in every batch.
And welcome back to Holy Cross Gym. We are going to get our starting lineups here for both squads, and we will be ready to tip off in just a minute. We're going to start with the visiting Decatur Unity Christian School Lions. And we have a pretty good idea who their starters will be based on what we saw on Tuesday night. We're going to start with number 1, Micah Sutton. Again, he is the straw that stirs the drink for Unity. He's going to be the one with the ball in his hands the most, and he's going to be the one that Holy Cross is going to have to shut down if they want to have the night that they hope to have. Also, we're going to have Cole Austin. He is your second starter. Both of those two are 7th graders. Third starter is going to be Jeremy Allworth. He is an 8th grader. And then your 4th starter is going to be Landon Brown, also an 8th grader. And then your final starter, the man in the middle for the Lions, is going to be Ivory Smith. Again, we've talked about Smith and Sutton a lot. They are the two that are going to be critical for the Lions. And again, if you're Holy Cross, you've got to shut those two down. For the Crusaders, again, we can kind of expect, we kind of know who the starters are going to be here. Well, we'll tell you who they are anyway. It's going to be Braden Ritter, number 3. He's going to play one of those guard positions. He usually gets the toughest perimeter defensive assignment. Also going to have number 13, Eli Marino.
Number 12.
Oh, number 12. Thank you. Next, we're going to have Jax Gibas. Gibas wears number 10. And then in the middle for Holy Cross, his height checks in at 6'7". Number 50, Charlie Young. And then the sharpshooter, the man who broke the record last year for most threes made in a final state tournament and in a championship game. Number 23, Colton Stonecipher.
You know, we were talking about how the focus will be on 1 and 13 for Unity, but I'm excited to see what Braden Ritter brings today. I think that he will be the defensive edge for Holy Cross. But Aaron, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about this tip-off here.
This is an interesting tip-off. It looks like Decatur kind of ceded control of that tip-off and sent out Austin. So the tip goes to Holy Cross. It's going to be Marino. Marino to Ritter. Jumping inside to Gibas. He's going to pass it to Young. Young's 2-point shot up and good. And it looks like Holy Cross is not going to press to start the game. So we got quick 2-point advantage for Holy Cross. In the front court, it's going to be stolen by Stonecipher. He's going to intercept that pass. He's going to go all the way in for a layup. It's going to be up and good. 2 points for Holy Cross. Quick 4-point advantage. Crusaders on top. For the Lions, it's going to be Sutton. Sutton against a 2-3 zone there by Holy Cross. Oh, that's a long three from Sutton. It's going to be off the back iron. Rebound up, and it's going to be controlled by Young. Got a little try to steal by Austin. He gets it, though, to Stonecipher. Stonecipher going to bring it across. He's going to hand it off to Ritter. Ritter going to go top of the key. Going to go all the way in the corner to Stonecipher. Quick reset. He's going to put up a three. It's going to be no good. Ball's going to be tipped. The rebound by Marino. Got it to Gibas. His shot was up and no good. Rebound Young and up and in. So it's up now to 6-0 Holy Cross.
3 offensive rebounds on that possession alone. That's really going to be the asset for Holy Cross.
And it's Austin. Now they're going to go left wing. It's going to be Allworth. Allworth's going to put up a three. It's going to be no good off the back iron. Rebound to Sutton. Sutton going to drive into the paint. He's going to dish. 2-point shot up and no good by Brown. Rebound by Gibas. 4:25 to play. Stonecipher is going to bring the ball in the front court. Initiate the offense, goes left wing Marino. Marino now up top to Ritter. Ritter, left wing to Stonecipher. Cutting inside is Ritter. He's going to pass to Gibas. He's going to drop it off for Young. 2-point shot up, no good. Block by Smith. Now Allworth has it. He's going to bring it in the front court. He's going to get it to Sutton. Sutton to Smith. Smith going to drive into the paint, drive and dish. Net there by Gibas. Back up top to Austin. Now the right wing. Sutton gets double team, drops it off for Smith. No good. Rebound Gibas. Gibas to Ritter. Ritter to Stonecipher.
Doing a great job. Crusaders doing a great job controlling what Unity does on offense.
And in the front court, now it's Stonecipher in the right corner. He's going to put up a three. Is good. Now it's 9-0. We got a timeout all ready for Unity. We'll be back in just a minute after a couple of shout-outs.
A shout out for Braden Ritter. 4 amazing years of basketball excitement has got us here. Good luck to the Holy Cross Crusaders. We love you, Scrappy B, Mom, Dad, and Austin. Another shout out, Big Mike, number 45. We are so incredibly proud of how far you've come on this team. You've done a great job guarding your teammates on and off the court. Go out and show them what you're made of. Good luck during the game. From Mom and Dad.
And welcome back. That was a 30-second timeout by Unity. Again, our score is 9-0. Crusaders on top. 3:31 left to play in this first quarter. One of the things to remember, though, is just because we've gone out to a quick start for Holy Cross, this game is not over. And we've got we got a wet spot on the floor that we're taking care of here in front of the Holy Cross bench. So we'll get back to action in just a minute. But Okop Valley got out to a nice start against Unity on Tuesday, and Unity never gave up. Didn't, I think, lead until the third quarter, but came ahead and got a win. On the left side, it's going to be Allworth. Allworth hounded by Ritter, just all over the place. Now it's to Smith, back to Allworth. Allworth, oh, that could have been a carry if they wanted to, or a double dribble, but it's back to Smith. Smith probes, goes to the right side to Austin. Austin goes left wing to Allworth. Allworth drives, is going to go right side to Sutton. He's going to drive into the paint. He's going to put up a 2-point shot. It's going to be no good. Rebound to Marino. Marino's got space. If he goes all the way to the rim, he's looking to stop behind him to see, but nobody catches up. It's a 2-point bucket. Puts Holy Cross on top by 11. It's Sutton, guarded by Stonecipher. They give him a little bit of space. Left side to Allworth. Allworth to Smith, top of the key. Ball knocked away by Stonecipher and stolen by him. He's going to slow it down. Now he's going to go quick into the front court to Marino along that left corner. Drop it off for Young. Young with one dribble. And I think we're going to get a foul. I think they're going to call it a shooting foul, even though he didn't get the ball off the rim or off his hands. It's going to be 13. So that'll be Ivory Smith, his first foul of the game. Sends Young to the line to shoot a pair. I don't know that I've often seen a shooting foul get called where the ball doesn't even make it into the air, but Holy Cross will be happy to take it. And so Young's first free throw is up and no good. And we got a bunch of subs in for Unity. We got Andrew Lockwood that checked in. Also have Theodore Younghouse who checked in. And, yep, CJ Mans checked in. So 3 subs for Holy Cross. Young's second free throw is up and good. And with that great effort, Young's going to take a seat. Hartnett's going to check in to give him a little bit of a rest. This is a pretty typical time to see Michael check into the game. And now it's Mans. To Younghouse, back to Mans. Guarded by Ritter. He's going to probe. Now he's going to pull it back. Go back to Younghouse. Younghouse to Mans. Mans puts up a 3 from the left wing, and it's good. We talked about he didn't make a lot of threes on Tuesday. Didn't make a lot of shots, period, but he's got the ability. And our score is 12-3. Holy Cross on top. 2:08 left to play in the first quarter.
Looks like Unity putting in a lot of second squad players, bench players to try to get a spark, and they got it right away there on that shot.
Nice pass there by Hartnett. Stone Cipher with his own rebound. Nice dish to Gibas. 2-point shot up and good. I talked about this in the state championship game. The shooting gets a lot of praise for Stone Cipher, but his passing is exceptional. Crusaders on top, 14-3. It's Younghouse. He's going to have the ball stolen by Ritter. Ritter did a nice job intercepting that pass. It's to Hartnett, back to Ritter. Across the timeline. Now it's Marino. Marino's going to drive into the paint. And I think Holy Cross called a timeout there at 30 seconds. We'll get a couple of shout-outs, and we'll be right back.
We've got another shout out. Violet, have fun cheering. We are proud of you. Love Mom, Dad, Bubby, and Papa. A shout out for Jax Gibas. Jackson Joseph, we love you on and off the court. Have a great game. Love Mom, Dad, and Jen.
And we are back. We got a minute 32 left to play here in this first quarter. Holy Cross on top, 14-3. Ball going to be inbounded out of bounds underneath their own basket by Marino. Marino to Gibas with a 2-point shot up and good. Fantastic inbounds play for Holy Cross. 13-point advantage, and now it's Mans. Mans across the timeline, quickly guarded by Ritter. Looks for a screen from Lockwood to Younghouse at the top. Younghouse down to Lockwood, but it's going to be stolen by Marino. Marino faces double team. Now he's going to pull it back, slow things down. Crosses the timeline, calls out the play. Dribble handoff to Ritter. Now to the right corner. And try to get it inside to Gibas, and the ball's going to be stolen away. But Lockwood lost the handle. Marino with the steal. Shot up, no good. Rebound initially by Lockwood, but Hartnett got his hands on it as well. Jump ball going to belong to Holy Cross. Sorry, Unity, because Holy Cross got the tip. That's what I was thinking about, folks. Holy Cross got that tip uncontested. Now it's Mans. Mans into the front court, goes left side. Younghouse shot up and blocked by Ritter. Rebound to Hartnett. Stone Cipher collects it. He's going to bring the ball in the front court. Just over 40 seconds to play. Left wing Marino. Up top to Ritter. Ritter goes, well, he tried to go back to Marino, but it's going to be stolen. Into the front court, it's going to be Mans. That was Brown with the steal. Now it's Younghouse. Younghouse lost his foot, gets it to Smith. Smith going to probe the paint, going to go the right wing outside to Austin. Austin thought about a 3, but decided better of it. 20 seconds left to play. Now it's Mans against Ritter. He's going to put up a step-back 3. It's going to be short. Rebound going to be controlled by Gibas. Gibas to Stone Cipher. 10 seconds left. Let's see if Holy Cross can get a good shot here before the end of the quarter. Colton's going to have to hurry now. He's down to 5 seconds. He throws it deep to Hartnett. Hartnett's got a hand on it. He gets to Marino. The shot's going to be up, and it's good. Count it, folks. A 3 at the buzzer for Eli Marino. Puts Holy Cross on top, 19-3. We'll be back in just a minute after thanking some sponsors.
Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith-centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross. When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away. The reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs. If you're not already a customer in Champaign, Savoy, or as of January 1st, Mahomet, go to their website, IlliniRecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
And we're back with second quarter action. Crusaders inbound the ball. It's going to be down to Gibas down on the floor in the paint, and he just got double teamed there and lost his footing a little bit, and that is a travel and a turnover for Holy Cross. So Lions take possession. It's going to be Mans. Mans, guarded by Ritter, gets a screen from Smith. Now he goes left side, but it's going to be stolen by Stonecipher. Colton into the front court, goes cross court to Ritter. Ritter to Marino. Marino pulls it back. Now it's to Ritter. Back to Marino. Trying to dub it inside for Young. One dribble shot up and good. Nothing Landon Brown can do about that.
Even climbing up his back like it didn't matter a thing to Charlie.
And it's an 18-point advantage for Holy Cross. Now it's Mans. Well, that could have been a travel, but they didn't call it. Now it's Younghouse along the left wing. Ball knocked away by Ritter. It's down on the ground. Well, Younghouse maintains possession, gets it to Smith. Smith drives the paint. 2-point shot up, floater, no good. Rebound to Young. Again, the size and the reach, you just can't do much about it if you're the Lions. And quickly in the front court, it's Stonecipher. He gets to Ritter, 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, going to be knocked out of bounds by Smith. Smith had pretty good position, but Charlie's just so tall. You have to get it so high. Ball out of bounds for Holy Cross. Marino to inbound. He's going to go to Stonecipher. Now they go to Gibas, top of the key, right wing to Ritter. Now to the left side, swinging all the way around to Marino for a three. Going to be up and no good. He's going to get his own rebound, put up a layup, a little floater, and it's up and good. Eli with a 2-point basket.
Just dominating the offensive glass. Holy Cross is, I don't know if they've had a single one-shot possession. They just keep getting in there.
Unless it went in, of course.
Fair
Lions
enough.
on the right side. That's going to be Allworth. No good. Rebound by Gibas. Gets it to Stonecipher. He brings it to the front court. It's Marino. Marino gets it to Young. Young shot up. No good. Rebound, though. Jackson Gibas. 25-3. Just over 4 minutes to play. And now it's Mans. Mans right side to Younghouse. Younghouse, he's going to put up a long three. Air ball, I'm not sure if Stonecipher got a little piece of that or not. It's tough to see from here. Either way, rebound to Holy Cross, and it's Marino into the front court. He goes up top to Stonecipher. Stonecipher with a ball fake, right side to Ritter. Ritter's 3-point shot up, no good. Ball tipped, rebound to Smith. He's going to try to push, and I think we're going to get a foul. Oh, we got a full timeout for Unity. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Congratulations, David, on a fantastic regular season. Good luck to you and the Crusaders on your march toward a state title. Love Mom, Dad, Emily, and Sarah. A shout out for Avery Natchke, cheering loud and proud for Holy Cross. Avery, watching you cheer is such a joy. You bring nonstop energy, firing up the crowd, and soaring as a fearless flyer. Purple and gold pride all the way. Love Mom, Dad, and Landon.
And welcome back. We are in quarter number 2. Crusaders on top 25-3. One of the other things that we talked about in the pregame, and then again, we don't know. Maybe this is what we're seeing here. Maybe it's not, but Unity just looks a little flat, maybe a little bit tired. Again, this is their third high-stakes game for their 6th and 7th graders in as many days. And again, it may not even be the physical; it could be the mental component of it as well.
Looks like we're seeing Sutton on the floor for the first time. We've also got, who's that down there? Fletcher. Yeah, for the first time.
Yep. John Fletcher checked in. Right side, it's going to be Smith for Unity. Pass was overthrown. Ritter with the steal. He's going to pull it front court and then pull it back, slow it down. Stonecipher to Ritter. Back to Stonecipher. Stonecipher. Well, let's see. And we're going to get a foul on Jack Skibas trying to get positioned down low. And checking back into the game for the Lions is going to be Brown, and Smith is going to take his seat. Micah Sutton checked back in. He'd had a little rest over the past couple of minutes, but he's back in there to initiate the offense for Unity. Now left side, let's see, that's going to be Atwood. He checked in for the first time. Atwood tries to pass it inside. Ball is going to be stolen by Fletcher. Fletcher gets the ball to Stonecipher.
3 guys on him right away for the Crusaders. No chance of doing anything in the paint.
Pass up to Eli. Nobody closed out. 3-point bucket for Eli Marino. That's 2 for him, including that buzzer beater at the end of quarter number 1. We're crossing down to 3 minutes left to play here in this first half. It's Sutton. Sutton drops it down inside to Brown. His shot up no good. Rebound to Fletcher. The ball ends up in the hands of Marino, who brings the ball in the front court to initiate the offense. And Stone Cipher, that left wing, long 3. It's going to be short. Rebound going to be controlled by Allworth. Allworth to Mans. Mans going to bring the ball into the front court. Give it to Sutton. Sutton guarded by Ritter. He's going to go left now. He's going to pull it back up top. Tries to jump it off for Allworth. Goes out to Atwood. And we're going to get a foul on Ritter. That'll be his first foul. Foul number 2 for Holy Cross here in the second quarter. And it's Sutton. Sutton goes back left to Younghouse. Younghouse drives baseline. Little floater up, no good. Rebound Gibas. Gibas gets it to Marino. Marino going to bring the ball in the front court with a little bit of pace. Now he's going to go to the left wing to Stone Cipher. He's going to drive baseline, goes cross court to Ritter. Back up top to Marino. Going to go left to Stone Cipher. If he'd gone quick, it could have been a bucket. Ball going to be stolen eventually by Mans. Tipped away. Nice save by Sutton. Mans brings it in the front court. Now it's to Smith. Ooh, and that's a tough foul for Ritter. Although that's foul number 2 for Braden. And that'll bring us up into the game. That'll be Brody Oliveira checking in. Again, 2 minutes left to play, second quarter. Crusaders on top, 28-3. It's Sutton. Sutton goes right. 3-point shot up by Mans is good. That's 2 for him.
Yep, feeling it tonight. They just need to get in his hands when he's open more often, but that's such a tall chore against the Crusaders.
A little bit more pressure here from Unity, trying to get back into this. Marino goes to Fletcher. Fletcher's shot up is going to be no good. It's going to be blocked. Ball saved by Sutton into the hands of Gibas. Gibas gets it to Stone Cipher to Marino. Fakes the 3, drives the lane. Little teardrop, no good. Rebound Fletcher. Fletcher the right corner to Oliveira. His 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound Gibas. Gibas double teamed underneath, and we're going to get a foul on Allworth, I think. So for Allworth, it's foul number 1. Charlie Young going to check back in for Holy Cross. John Fletcher did a nice job there in his couple of minutes. Gave a nice break to Young. Marino to inbound. Looking for some help, gets it to Young. Young thought about a shot, passes it off to Stone Cipher, goes in for a floater, and it was short. Goes out of bounds. Lions will take over. Minute 15 to play, second quarter. This is Sutton. Sutton goes inside to Allworth. Now left wing to Younghouse. His 3-point shot up, hit both sides of the rim and no good. Nice rebound there by Brown. Tried to put up a shot and was met by Charlie Young, which is not a fun sight for most people. His shot was blocked and out of bounds. Sutton will inbound for Unity. He's going to go way up top to Younghouse. Younghouse hands it off to Mans. Mans, top of the key, goes right wing to Sutton. Close out there by Oliveira. Back to
Wow.
Back to Mans, and that's 3 threes for him. Again, that full court pressured, but it's Stone Cipher to Gibas. Gibas, tried to pass it back to Marino, and Marino was going full speed to our right and couldn't catch up to that pass. That was a little bit behind him. 45.7 seconds. Into Mans. Mans thinking about that 3. That's like a 28-footer. It's going to be short. Rebound to Marino. Marino looking up for Gibas. Gibas thought about taking that shot, pulls it back, and now they're going to go right wing to Oliveira. Oliveira's 3-pointer, no good. Rebound, it's going to go off the hands of Young. And Lions will have the possession with 25.7. Interesting to see if they hold it for the last shot or they try to get a quick one and see if they can get a steal and get another one. That's Sutton. Sutton to Younghouse. Younghouse goes right wing to Mans. Holy Cross starting to close out on him a little bit faster. Younghouse, top of the key. He's going to put up one from the volleyball 10-foot line. No good. Rebound Young. Young, nice strong possession. Going to go front court all the way to Gibas. Gibas with the reverse layup. Nice job by Jax. That's kind of another buzzer beater because that'll wrap up our first half and our second quarter. Holy Cross on top 30-9. We'll be back with the halftime show presented by the High School of St. Thomas More.
We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Bought a rental property. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Late night calls, rent collections, paperwork, all of it. Not what you thought. Neves Group Property Management wants to take away your stress. We specialize in residential property management in Champaign, Urbana, on and off campus, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Visit our website at nevesgroup.com or give us a call at 217-377-8850. Let the professionals take over and take care of it all. People talk about their car being totaled. What about the driver? Are they totaled too? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law, and they're not going to let the insurance company total you out. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. How long has it been since your last dental checkup? Is your snoring keeping your partner awake at night? Book an appointment with CU Dentist to take care of those pearly whites or to discuss options to get that snoring under control. CU Dentist utilize state-of-the-art technology and cutting-edge techniques. Their office on Springfield Avenue in Champaign is perfect for that midday cleaning for little crusaders. CU Dentists are longtime fans and supporters of Holy Cross School. Go Crusaders! If you need to update the flooring in your house, need to fix or replace that drafty window, or just want a new look for your front door, give Aaron Hartnett a call. Aaron has years of experience in the construction business and would be happy to fix whatever's broken. Just like the Crusader press can turn an errant pass into a basket, Aaron can help you turn your frustration into fixed. Call Aaron today at 217-819-1542.
And welcome back to Holy Cross Gym. Again, our halftime show is sponsored by the High School of St. Thomas More. St. Thomas More students today, community leaders tomorrow, Christ disciples forever. Dave, why don't you hit us with the numbers that you've got from the first half?
Well, yeah, anybody watching saw that, there's no surprises coming here. Holy Cross shot 3 for 9 from three-point arc for 33%. Inside, 55%, 10 of 18. And make note of that, 18 shot attempts. On the other side, not as well for Unity. They hit 3 for 12. Mans did all the work there, totaling up their points, and not a single basket made inside the arc, 0 for 7. As far as turnovers, 5 for Holy Cross, 6 for Unity, but where the possessions really came into play, Holy Cross 24 rebounds and Unity only 4. So, with 18 attempts, 24 rebounds, Holy Cross is just dominating both sides. As far as our top point getters, Eli Moreno with a couple of threes and some nice floaters at 10. Jax Gibis doing the hard work inside, down low, being open for those interior passes. 8 points for him. Charlie dominating his presence there in the middle with 7. And Colton Stonecipher, we're not tracking assists. He has 5 points, but he is a contributor on most of those points for the other players on his team as well.
Yeah, and so we talked about, a number of things needing to happen for both teams to have success. Because Holy Cross is having more success to this point, let's talk about, how our predictions and what we saw coming into the game, how those have played out. We talked about Holy Cross needing to take care of the basketball and not have turnovers, not give up easy fast break points, and not allow, Unity to get some momentum built up. That's exactly what Holy Cross has done. They've taken care of the basketball exceptionally well. The couple of times that Unity's put that press on, they've broken it pretty quickly. We did have one turnover on a questionable pass, toward the backcourt, but even that at least you know, we think about range of outcomes on a turnover. Throwing the ball out of bounds is, if you're going to have a turnover, that's the kind you want to have, not a pass or something that leads to a layup, right? So Holy Cross has done a great job there. They've been able to take care of the basketball and get the good shots that they were looking for from deep and from inside. The pregame, we talked about if Charlie Young can get good position. Unity doesn't have an answer, doesn't have an equivalent player to Charlie down in the paint. To be fair, almost nobody has an equivalent player to Charlie down in the paint, but he's positioned himself well, and his teammates have found him. And Holy Cross has worked to get good shots along the perimeter, not just shots.
Yeah, and to Charlie's credit, I think he has shown excellent lateral movement here. He's, granted, if you're that height, you're that size, you can essentially say, I'm going to be here, you bring it to me. But no, he is. We watched him there on the low post, find the gaps, and Holy Cross is using those slash bounce passes in the gaps of the offense, but not taking it for granted. We had discussed that passes to Charlie, you might usually see him using that height with tall interior passes, but Charlie is moving to the ball, jacks as well, in order to get those second chance points when, say, maybe a run in from a guard who's trying to slash and get to the basket, they can't quite get there. The two of them have been owning that inside, that small arc area that you would see on a college or an NBA court, and just putting in, those points after points. And if it doesn't go, they are there well positioned for rebounds.
Yeah, I think Holy Cross has done all the things that we talked about them doing. Some of the things that we talked about Unity needing to do to be successful, we haven't seen as much. But one of the things that we did talk about was the outside shooting, and Mans did start to get hot there in the second quarter. Now, if you're Unity and you're trying to find success, you've got to find a way to stop Holy Cross from scoring points, because the challenge, honestly, the challenge at this point, other than the fact that the clock is against you, when you're down in the second half, the clock is your enemy. But just doing some very simple math, at halftime, Unity's got 9 points, and they've got a 21-point advantage to overcome. So we'll see what happens here in half number 2, but we're going to send it back and thank a couple more of those sponsors real quick before we bring you third quarter action.
The Sharp family and Sharp Family Farms want to wish the best of luck to the 8th grade team on their postseason run. The Sharp family have been farming in East Central Illinois for 5 generations and grow corn and soybeans. The Sharps are avid supporters of Holy Cross School. If you have farmland you're looking to lease, contact Adam and he'll be happy to chat with you. Go Crusaders! Have you been hurt? Are your medical bills skyrocketing? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law. They'll get you the compensation you deserve. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Champaign County, you need to come first. At the Scott Bechtel Group, they believe that if you're not left with an amazing experience, they haven't done their job. They don't measure success through achievements or awards, but through the satisfaction of their clients. For all of your real estate needs, call the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the Real Estate Center of Illinois, 217-239-7202. We all have it, that list of things you want done around the house. Finding someone to do it is overwhelming, and you just don't want to be ripped off. Black Diamond Maintenance is your go-to honey-do list guy. Want that big mirror hung up? Bathroom refresh? Want a new coat of paint in the living room? We are your guy. The list of what we can do is endless. Champaign, Urbana, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Give us a call for your free estimate. 217-377-8850. Let our guys be your guy.
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. We are about ready for quarter number 3. Again, our halftime show was sponsored by the High School of St. Thomas More. Students today, community leaders tomorrow, Christ disciples forever. Thanks to the High School of St. Thomas More. And we've got about 35 seconds before we start quarter number 3. Dave, what What's your prediction for what happens here in this third quarter, or what are you looking for specifically?
I think we're going to see more of the same. Like it's tough at the beginning when you, especially looking at all this through a coach's eye, you want to like not underestimate any of your opponents, but really like maybe in the pregame thought a little bit maybe underestimate the Crusaders. Like they just are so elite. Unity doesn't have an answer, so I think we'll just see this lead continue to broaden.
All right, and here we go. It's Mans to Smith. Smith top of the key. He's going to go left to Mans. Mans fakes the shot, goes back to Smith. He's going to drive into the paint, go to the right wing. Now it's up top. It's Sutton. He's going to put up a little floater. It's going to be good.
That's what he does. Wasn't able to do it at all in the first half, but maybe we'll see him spark a little fire here.
Full court pressure. Holy Cross breaks it, gets it down to Young for a layup attempt. And shot's going to be blocked. Out of bounds. It's going to go to the Crusaders. Marino will initiate. He looks for the cutter. He's going to go right wing to Ritter. He's going to drive the basket. 2-point shot up, and it's good. So Braden Ritter with a quick answer for Holy Cross. Sutton. Pressure from Stone Cipher, goes left wing. That was Mans. Now they try to go inside to Smith. Ball's going to be stolen by Stone Cipher. Stone Cipher slows it down. Again, the clock is your friend at this point. He's guarded by Mans. He's going to go right. Man-to-man pressure now. They're going to try to lob it up for Young, but that pass just didn't quite have enough mustard. Going the other direction, but Ritter's going to steal it back. He's going to get it to Stone Cipher. 2-point shot up, good. Easy layup there for Colton. Nice court awareness by Ritter.
He is on the entire time. He is defense. Even when he's on offense, he's like, how can I turn this into an advantage for us if they get it?
But there's Sutton. He pulls it into the lane, gets a shot up, and it's good. Quickly into the front court. Now it's going to be Holy Cross. They get it to Ritter. Ritter gets it to Marino. Smith was trying to go for a steal. Didn't quite see that Marino was going to get there before him. That was a big collision. And Ivory Smith going to pick up a foul. That is two for him. And so that brings Allworth back into the game. 4:36 to play, 34-13, Holy Cross on top. And it's Marino, top of the key, dribble handoff to Stone Cipher. He's going to dribble right, couple of screens. Jackson cuts to the basket. Gibas, shot's going to be blocked by Brown. Rebound eventually hands Marino, but now another rebound by Gibas. Nice box out there for Jackson. He's going to pick up a foul on Jeremy Allworth. So that's 2 fouls for him. That's 2 fouls in the quarter. So a couple of quick ones for the Lions. Marino and mounts to Stone Cipher. He's going to put up a little floater. It's going to be good. (36-13). 4:10 to play in the third quarter. This is Sutton. Sutton loses the handle. And they're going to call Ritter.
No, that's on.
No. They called that on Smith or Sutton.
His first.
And that's 3 fouls in 4 minutes, which is the other thing that can happen as you get tired. You don't quite get to that spot as fast as you need to. Maybe you push a little bit, maybe you reach a little bit.
The official and the Unity coach having a discussion here about why that was a foul.
And that'll be a warning issued to Unity's bench.
The official was explaining that on the turnover there was no possession for either team, and with Ritter having course to the ball, then it was the foul on Sutton for pushing into him.
Ball nearly stolen there by Unity, but Young does a nice job snatching it out of the air. Now it's Ritter. He's going to go baseline, 2-point shot up, no good, and he's going to be fouled. That'll be Allworth, I think, and if so, that'll be 3 for him. And it is. Send Braden Ritter to the line to shoot a pair. Ritter takes a couple of dribbles, eyes the rim, shot up, and it's good. Braden struggled a little bit from the free throw line in this regional tournament so far, but he makes the first. Gets one more. Second shot is up and good. Nice to see Braden knock a couple of down here in this championship game, hopefully setting him up for the rest of his postseason run. 38-13, Holy Cross on top. It's going to be Sutton. Ball was knocked away by Stone Cipher, but it's going to be last touched by Austin, who's checked back in. This is Stone Cipher. He's going to go left He's going to spin back to the right, initiate the offense. Gets a screen. Now he's on the left wing, guarded by Austin. He's going to drive into the paint. He's going to dump it off for Young. 2-point shot up, and it's good.
Beautiful pass. Just great teamwork there, similar to the one that he and Gibas exchanged on earlier when Jax got fouled.
Nice job there by Colton, exploiting the offense. And now it's Austin in the front court. He's going to drop it down inside for Brown. Brown guarded by Young. Tries to go up top to Mans. It does get there. 3-point shot up and good. CJ Mans, 12 points. All on threes. 3 minutes left to play. It's Stonecipher. Now he's guarded by Austin. Gonna get dribbled right. Looks to the cutting Marino. Easy peasy. Layup for Marino. 42-16. And now it's Sutton. Sutton guarded by Ritter. Picks up his dribble. Now he tries to go left to Austin, but pressure from Marino means that pass just sails harmlessly out of bounds.
Holy Cross just demonstrating they're just more disciplined right now, whether it's the fatigue from Unity from earlier games or just the experience we've talked about. They're controlling all facets of this right now.
Younghouse checked in there at that break, and Bentley Wicker checks in for the first time for Unity number 14. And Stonecipher initiates the offense. We also got Michael Hartnett. He checked in for Holy Cross at that break, and Young took a seat. Nice dump inside for Gibas. Gibas, we talked about it multiple times, just moves without the ball excellently. Now it's Younghouse. Full court pressure for Holy Cross, trying to just salt this game away. Going to go right side to Austin, up top to Younghouse. He's trapped, looking for some help. Now they're going to go left corner. That's going to be Allworth. Wicker. Younghouse. Younghouse going to put up a three, and it's no good. Rebound Gibas. Oh, but the ball is going to be stolen there by Glosser. Glosser checked in for Unity as well at that last break. This is Austin to Younghouse. Younghouse goes baseline, met there by Marino. Makes the pass and stolen by Stonecipher. Stonecipher gives himself some space. And now he's going to bring it across the timeline and initiate the offense. He's going to be guarded by Austin. He's going to go right, dribble handoff to Ritter. Ritter to Stonecipher for three. Good, nothing but net.
Good to see Stonecipher continue to get some touches from distance just to stay in the flow of a game.
But I think Colton might have got caught celebrating a little bit there. And it's going to be a technical on Colton. So that's going to send Theodore Younghouse to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. I think, if I remember correctly, in the regional championship game last year, Colton got a technical after a three.
It does ring a bell.
So Younghouse puts that first free throw is going to be up and good. Unity's looking to make a sub, but they're going to wait until after these technical free throws. Younghouse's second shot is up, and it's going to be short. And we're going to see Landon Brown check back in, and Austin took a seat. So we got a minute 37 left to play. Holy Cross on top 47-17. That's Allworth. And we're going to get a foul on Younghouse. He pushed off, trying to get space to accept that inbounds pass.
That is their fifth foul, but since it's an offensive foul.
Now I could have, as you were saying, Dave, I could have sworn that on an offensive foul you didn't get to shoot the bonus, but
Maybe it's a dead ball foul. I'm not well versed in it, but
regardless of what we think or what we know up here, Colton Stonecipher is going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Colton's had an exceptional night so far. Hit a couple of threes, a couple of really nice passes. Makes his first free throw as well. And played some excellent defense. Contested a couple of shots, stole some passes, rebounded well. Colton with one more free throw. That shot is up and good as well. 49-17 our score. Crusaders on top. They've got that full court pressure now. I think they're just trying to send it all the way to the end. Nice break, though, by Unity, and a nice pass to Brown, who finished without putting the ball on the floor or his feet.
the 8th grade alley-oop.
Just excellent press break, excellent passing. And now it's Marino. Marino up top, goes right, the corner to Stonecipher. Thought about a three, dribble step, puts it up, no good. And nobody touched it. Brown had good position and could have grabbed it if he wanted to, but he just lets it go out of bounds. Lions with possession. 1:09 left to play in the third quarter. In the front court, they tried to go to Brown.
Bounces off his hands. He tries to collect on the sideline and just drops short of him.
And so Holy Cross puts the ball into play. Stone Cipher to Hartnett. Left wing Marino. Marino drops it down to Gibas. Gibas looks inside, goes up to Stone Cipher, top of the key. Three-pointer short. Rebound Marino. Marino to Stone Cipher. Stone Cipher guarded by Younghouse. Goes left wing to Marino. Marino into Hartnett. Right wing to Ritter. Ritter didn't have the look for the pass or the shot. Pulls it back to Stone Cipher. They reset, reinitiate. Down to Gibas. Gibas now double team down low. Gets it out to Ritter. He tried to save it in bounds. This is going to be stolen by Glosser. Glosser to Younghouse. Into the front court. When they're going to call a push on Braden. And to be fair, and that's 3 for Braden. And to be fair, he was all up in his face. And when a player falls to the ground, it's kind of hard not to call a foul in that situation. Ball's inbounded to Wicker. Wicker looking for help, gets it to Younghouse, but he loses the handle. It's on the ground. We're going to have a jump ball. Younghouse and Ritter both had their hands on it.
Yeah, a nice safe call. There's nothing great to be gained by letting that go any further with them both rolling around.
We got 27 seconds left. Holy Cross with a 30-point advantage. It's into Stone Cipher. He's going to initiate the offense, dribbles, goes left to Marino, back to Stone Cipher, touch pass to Hartnett. Oh, just a little too tough. Rebound there by Brown. Gets it to Younghouse.
Beautiful ball movement by Holy Cross as usual, though.
Younghouse loses the handle, gets it to Wicker. Wicker now goes front court all the way to Allworth. Allworth dribbles into the basket. Nice spin move. 2-point shot up and good. And that's 3 buzzer beaters in 3 quarters here at Holy Cross. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a minute.
A shout out for John Fletcher. From 5th grade to the final regionals tourney, John leaves it all on the court. Relentless work, unmatched heart. Finish strong. From your family. Shout out to the whole Holy Cross 8th grade basketball team. They have been a ton of fun to watch over the last 3 years. Favorite memory? Going 11-17 from 3 as a team against the Unity A team and winning the game 35-33. They only made 1 2-pointer that game. From the Marino family. It takes a lot to be a coach.
And welcome back to Holy Cross Gym. We are ready for quarter number 4. Holy Cross on top by a score of 49-21. We're talking off air that there's some thought that Coach Stone Cipher might have wanted that 30-point advantage heading into this quarter to have the running clock. And we're going to see some subs in for Holy Cross. Brody Oliveira checks in. AJ Benjamin checks in for the first time. John Fletcher's back out there. David Surratt's out there too. And Colton Stone Cipher out there to be a starter and just help the offense run well. And Unity is going to bring it to the front court. It's going to be Atwood. Now they're going to drop it down side for Brown. His 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound going to be controlled by Stone Cipher, but he stepped on the line. So it's going to be Unity possession underneath their own basket. They're going to go out to Younghouse. Younghouse double team, drop it inside for Atwood. His 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound Surratt. He gets it to Stone Cipher. Stone Cipher's going to bring the ball into the front court and initiate the offense. Goes left wing to Surratt. Surratt looks, goes back to Stone Cipher, top of the key. Going to reset the offense, do something a little bit different. Now Stone Cipher's going to get that pressure from Younghouse. Dribble handoff to Surratt. Left corner to Stone Cipher's going to dribble in. 2-point shot up for Fletcher's going to be good. 51-21, Holy Cross on top. And now we'll have that running clock the rest of the way into the front court. It's Allworth. Now they get it back to, they're going to go right wing to Wicker. Cross court pass to Younghouse. Fakes. Now he's going to go left side to Atwood. Back to Younghouse. Nice dribble into the paint. 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound there by Brown. 2-point shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Stone Cipher. Stone Cipher tried to initiate some contact and got it there. He's going to get a foul on Theodore Younghouse. I think for Younghouse, that's foul number 1. And Younghouse is going to come out after that foul. Going to have Aiden Ashby check in for the first time. 4:30 left to play. Stone Cipher, he's going to bring the ball across the timeline, initiate the offense to Surratt. Surratt goes cross court to Brody Oliveira. Now they're going to dump inside to Benjamin. His two-point shot up, no good. Rebound to Fletcher. Fletcher now to Oliveira, down to Stone Cipher along the right wing. He's going to dribble up top, go to Surratt. Surratt looks for a cutting Stone Cipher. Ball's going to be knocked away by Unity. Nice save by Fletcher. He gets it to Surratt, and they're going to reset the offense. Surratt to Stone Cipher, cross court to Oliveira. Oliveira thought about a shot, needs some help, gets it from Stone Cipher. Ball's going to be knocked away. Nice defense there by Ashby.
That possession right there is just another testament to Holy Cross's disciplined play. They have 4 bench players out there, Colton touching it occasionally, but even the role players able to move the ball, protect it, hustle to save a ball from going out of bounds. Just such depth.
Xavier Eston checked in at that break. So we've got none of the starters in anymore for Unity, but nice ball movement there, good possession. We got it to Ashby. Ashby goes to the left wing to Eston. Eston back to Ashby. Now they're going to go into the paint. Nice pass there to Eston. Going to get a foul on John Fletcher. So for John, that should be foul number 1. Yanni Sakalarakis checking in for the Crusaders and Show Watt. John Fletcher and Colton Stone Cipher checking out. Colton gets a nice hand in particular as he checks out. 2:45 left to play. Fourth quarter, Holy Cross on top, 51-21. That's Ashby. He's going to hand it off to Atwood. Atwood, pump fake to Ashby, left wing, 3, no good. Rebound by Glosser. Glosser looking for some help. Gets it to Eston. Ball's going to be stolen away by Surratt. He's going to go all the way for a layup. And he's going to be fouled. Bentley Wicker with the foul. Surratt would have gone just a little faster. He would have had an easier attempt at a layup. But he likes to shoot these free throws, I think. So maybe that was the goal. Surratt at the free throw line, gets to shoot a pair. First shot is up and good. (52-21). Holy Cross on top. Down to 1:50 left to play. Surratt's second free throw is up and no good. Rebound by Glosser. Glosser hands it off to Ashby. They'll bring it across the timeline, set the offense. Gets to Atwood. They're going to go left wing to Wicker. Right wing. Going to dump it inside now for Eston. Eston goes back out to Ashby. His three-point shot up. Going to be no good. Rebound, Surratt. Nice positioning by Watt. Allowed Surratt to come in and clean up for him. 1:20 left to play. Surratt initiates the offense. Dribbles, hands off to Oliveira. Right wing to Surratt. He's going to put up a 3. No good. Rebound going to be Sakalarakis. He throws it up top to Oliveira, but it's going to be stolen by Ashby. But Oliveira is going to get a foul. Got him across the arm there just a little bit. That's foul number 1 for Oliveira. 2 fouls on each squad. We've crossed under a minute. Garen Lockwood checks in for the first time for the Lions. Here's Ashby. Ashby to Lockwood. Lockwood back to Ashby. They're going to try to go inside to Eston. Ball's going to, he gets it, goes out to Atwood. Atwood back to Ashby. He dribbles left, met by a double team. Goes up to Lockwood. Lockwood to Atwood. Wood brothers out there. Ashby, top of the key. Goes left side to Atwood. He's going to put up a 3. It's going to be short. Rebound, Surratt. He's going to push the pace. 15 seconds left. Heard the instructions there from coach, maybe to dribble it out. So he's going to go right side to Oliveira. Up a little bit too tall. That's going to effectively end it anyway with that running clock, I think. Unity does get it in. They're going to heave a shot. Can we get through? Oh, this is a nice attempt there by Atwood. We almost had 4 buzzer beaters in 4 quarters. But that'll do it, folks. Our final score, Holy Cross on top by a score of 52-21. Fantastic job by Holy Cross. We're going to thank some of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a little bit.
And more to be a great coach. You plan practice, go to the games, worry about playing time, and skill development. The Holy Cross 8th graders have been blessed with great coaches and great coaching. the parents would like to sincerely thank the Holy Cross 8th grade boys basketball coaches for their time, leadership, and dedication to these young men.
When disaster strikes, every second counts. Blue Sky Restoration is on call 24/7, ready to respond to fire, water, and storm damage the moment it happens. We act fast to protect your home, your business, and everything that matters. For mold cleanup and reconstruction needs, we bring the same urgency, care, and expertise. Our crews communicate clearly from start to finish, because it's not just about fixing damage, it's about restoring your confidence. Call your local team here at Blue Sky. We're ready when you need us most.
Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith-centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross. When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away. The reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs. If you're not already a customer in Champaign, Savoy, or, as of January 1st, Mahomet, go to their website, IlliniRecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Welcome back to Holy Cross. Again, you're listening to the Illini Recycling postgame show. Illini Recycling, your locally owned family business that offers garbage hauling and recycling services to Champaign, Savoy, and Mahomet areas. Sign up at IlliniRecycling.com. Dave, you want to pass over the headset? So we got a couple of guests up here to join us after tonight's game. So we're going to be joined first by Eli Marino, and then we got Colton Stonecipher going to come up and talk to us for a minute as well. So Eli, I've just got a couple of questions for you. The first one is, what's it like? What's it feel like to be back-to-back regional champs?
It's pretty good, but kind of used to it.
Okay, so yeah, you guys have had a lot of success in that game. First of all, you guys, congratulations to both of you. Fantastically played game. Maybe Eli, what went through your mind when the clock's ticking down in that first quarter, and that pass gets kicked out to you with less than a second left? What are your thoughts as you get ready to
I
take
thought
that
I wasn't
shot?
going to get off in time, and then I got it off, and I thought it airballed. It felt so bad out of the hand, but somehow it went in.
Well, it looked pretty good from here. And you hit another three, I think, later on in the second quarter as well. What was your mindset coming into the game? As a player, you've got the things that coach has told you to think about and the things that you're aware of that he wants you to be thinking about. What was maybe one thing that you specifically were trying to keep at the front of your mind as you were playing tonight against this team from Unity?
Make sure I close out because they chuck up a lot of threes, but they don't always go in. So I just got to get good close out, and they'll probably miss.
Okay. And, I think that's, for the most part, that's right? They hit, I think, 4 threes when it was all said and done. But for the most part, those threes weren't terribly well contested. Not necessarily due to bad defense, but some of them were pretty long range. So you'll also live with them taking a shot from the 10-foot line on the volleyball court pretty much every day of the week. So, Eli, congratulations. Great job today. Thanks for coming up, bud.
Thank you.
Enjoy the win. We're going to hand it off to Colton Stonecipher. So, Colton, congratulations. Fantastic game. We've talked about on this broadcast a couple of times that, the shooting is sometimes the obvious thing. When you make 2 or 3 threes, that looks pretty. And it's good for the team as well, right? Because A, it gets the points, but B, it also provides spacing for everybody else when you hit those shots. But to maybe somebody who hasn't watched this team as much as we have, one of the things I think you're exceptional at is your passing. And I think one of the best examples was, I think it was the third quarter. You made a drive to the basket, looked like you were going to shoot a layup all the way until the very end when you had 3 defenders close in on you and you drop it off to Charlie for an easy layup. Walk me through maybe what you're thinking as you're making that play to the basket.
Coach gave me an isolation play. So once they switched, everybody collapsed on me, and I found Charlie wide open. I had to paint.
Fantastic job. And it was a really great look. And that was not the only one. There were 3 or 4 other plays that we commented, wow, that was just a really nice look and a really good pass. The other thing that I think you do really well is put the ball in a place where the shooter is ready, right? And especially your post players, you're leaving it up high for those post players. Is that something that you try to do on purpose, or is it something that just comes naturally?
It just comes natural because I hear my teammates in my ear, and that means they're open.
All right. One last question for you, Colton. Again, being a back-to-back regional title winner is pretty special. However, maybe on a bittersweet note, this is your last game at Holy Cross. The run is going to continue. There's going to be more practices here in the gym, but your last game at Holy Cross, how does it feel to leave this court, from a game standpoint as a regional champion?
I mean, it feels good. We have the best fans in Champaign.
All right. That was Colton Stonecipher. Colton, thanks for coming up. Appreciate you guys coming up here. We've also got Coach. I think your parents probably want you to go down and take some pictures, though, so make sure you get down there and do that real quick. All right. Congratulations, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How about that?
That was beautiful is what that was. We talked pregame about some of the ways that we thought the game could go.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I did not see
a 23-point halftime lead or whatever it might have been.
Or an 18-point first quarter advantage, whatever that was. We did not see that coming. But congratulations, back-to-back regional titles.
Back-to-back.
And, I mentioned this to Colton. I think you might have a little bit longer response. I think you've maybe been a little bit more reflective about what this means. But so my first question is what does it feel like to, A, be back-to-back regional champions, but knowing this is the last game that you guys are going to play at Holy Cross
Yeah.
to win in front of those hometown fans for that last game.
Yeah, these boys don't necessarily understand or maybe appreciate the moment that they're in. They're gonna, winning this game and leaving the floor as winners and as regional champs in 2 consecutive years. It's going to mean a lot when they look back in 3-4 years later and just remember, because like anytime they come back here, and these are Holy Cross families. I mean, their time in Holy Cross, it does not end with their 8th grade graduation. And so anytime that they come back to the church or the school, especially when they see this gym, especially when they look up and see their plaques on the wall, they're going to have a lot of great memories, and I know they'll appreciate that. And that's just it's just really rewarding for just all the years of work we put in. This is just one goal. It wasn't our main goal for the year. So glad we get this goal checked off the list and onto the next one.
Which I think brings up a really good next step. I was going to check and I didn't, but or maybe it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night it's St. John.
Mattoon St. John's against.
I think it's Kansas.
Kansas. So Kansas actually was our sectional matchup last year. Now, obviously, these are not schools that we see or compete against throughout the regular season. I'm anticipating Mattoon St. John's to come out of that matchup. I know very little about them. They've got a fairly big front line. I would imagine even with Charlie, they might have the advantage just in their depth on the front line. But certainly, we would expect to have the advantage in the backcourt. So, as we showed in this game, we can play a lot of different styles, and we may not play a lot of these run and gun type games that we expected today, but we showed, hey, when that's the flow of the game, and that's how it's playing out. We got the athletes to adapt and run. So I'll take these boys against anybody, for sure. So whoever we see on Monday, let's tip it up and let's go.
Absolutely. Which also brings up a really funny moment, for at least up here in the broadcast booth, was the tip-off.
Oh, yeah, they totally conceded the tip-off. I think we saw that maybe one time last year. But what was a little interesting, just from not only that, that 13, he can jump with Charlie, even though Charlie might have him by 4 or 5 inches. He's got the leaping ability that kind of negates that. But, those you guys maybe talked about it throughout the broadcast. A lot of those guys are 7th graders.
Yes,
this was their 3rd game in 3 nights. Not only that, it's their 3rd intense game in 3 nights. They won their sectional last night as a 7th grade squad. They've got actually the West Lincoln Broadwell team on Saturday.
I did notice that.
So, one thing that kind of stuck out initially, the way this game played out, was how long number 1 sat on the bench in the first half with no foul trouble. I actually looked over at the scorebook one time to see if he might have 2 fouls I didn't know about. And so I'm sure, I don't know. I don't know their squad. I don't know the coach. I don't pretend like I do, but I do kind of wonder if they might just be looking ahead for their 7th grade matchups and maybe not wanting to risk an injury. As a game that kind of I don't think it got out of hand early, but certainly we showed right away that we maybe had the advantage, and maybe that played into some of their substitution patterns.
And that thought crossed my mind as well. Is while they would absolutely have wanted to win this game,
for sure,
for those 7th graders in particular, and just FYI, I don't know if you know this, but their 7th and 8th grade coach is the same coach.
So talked to him before the game.
So it would be, I think you might be right, especially after you guys got out to that really quick 15, 18-point advantage. They maybe have some bigger goals in mind for that 7th grade squad that they don't want to jeopardize.
Yeah, for sure.
Last question I've got for you, Coach, is, again, just an excellently played game. All the things that we talked about Holy Cross needing to do to win, you guys did all of them.
We checked every box, and from the pregame game plan, we wanted to make sure we took care of the ball. I don't know that if we had turnovers, they weren't live ball turnovers, they weren't meaningful turnovers. We wanted to make sure we bodied on 13. And number 1, again, I know he maybe didn't play as many minutes tonight, but he had 28 points against Findlay on whatever night that was, Tuesday. And he didn't score. I know he didn't score in the first half, so we wanted to keep him out of the lane, force the shots outside. And you could kind of see a little desperation from them. If their best offense was to jack 25-footers, we were going to let them do that. They're a great team, though. And again, we've got the deep 8th grade class, and they've got a really talented 7th grade class, and they're going to be a tough out. I don't know anything about obviously the 7th grade West Lincoln team, but seeing these guys are good athletes and a great squad. They seem like they're really, really well coached, and I would expect them to have good success on Saturday, and then the 8th grade they're going to be a problem. So I'm just glad this year's our turn, and we'll go take care of business on Monday.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the night.
Yep.
Go celebrate.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Coach Stonecipher again. Thanks, Coach, for joining us. We appreciate it. I think they're probably wanting him to get down there for some of these pictures. Well, it looks like they're lined up for that team picture, so maybe it's a good thing we got him out of here when we did. Let's go through the numbers that we have, Dave, for the game, and then we'll kind of start to wrap things up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all kind of a formality right now. I mean, this play spoke for itself, but Holy Cross shot 4 for 13 from three-point for a nice 31% clip there. They matched what they did in the first half in the second half, and so for the game they shot 55% from inside, 17 for 31. Coach mentioned very few turnovers, and when they did, they weren't in high stakes or half-court situations. Only 7 turnovers, 36 rebounds. A lot less shooting there in that fourth quarter for both teams, as it was already determined at that point, but they just dominated the glass. To round out Unity, they shot 4 for 17 from both 3-point and 2-point, so 24% in both of those zones. 14 turnovers and only 7 rebounds. Again, just demonstrating through the numbers that Holy Cross controlled that entire game in all respects.
And just to contrast those with the game on Tuesday, Unity on Tuesday shot 62% from inside the three-point line. So 62% versus 24%. A, it's a huge difference, and B, I think that's a credit to the Holy Cross defense. And then the second piece of that was Holy Cross only had 7 turnovers tonight, which, I mean, 7 turnovers is just exceptional any way you slice it. But when you look at what Unity did against Findlay on Thursday, Unity forced 24 turnovers from Findlay on Tuesday. So clearly a defense that is capable of turning you over, turning those turnovers into easy baskets. And Holy Cross just did a fantastic job in all aspects.
Yeah, and for the fans, we hadn't given the player. Sorry. Yeah, it hadn't given the player total. Skipped over that. Almost had 4 players in double digits, but saw Colton with a big night, being the top scorer with 14. Eli with 12, doing it inside and outside. Jax with 10, and Charlie with 9. So talked about how huge they were for the team inside early on. Braden picked up his 4, but certainly his presence and what the team needed from him was on that defensive side. We can't quantify fully all that he contributed except by the low point totals from some of the Unity players. John Fletcher with 2, and David Stratt making the front half of those free throws at the end for 1.
All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you again for joining us on the Illini Recycling postgame show. Illini Recycling, your locally owned family business that offers garbage hauling and recycling services to Champaign, Savoy, and Mahomet areas. Sign up at IlliniRecycling.com. It's been a fun ride here at Holy Cross over the last week or so. I'm going to send some emails tonight to the fine folks down in Martinsville, where the sectional championship game will be played on Monday. Barring a surprise, we plan on being there to bring you that game as well. So we hope, A, that you'll make the trip down to Martinsville, but if you can't for some reason, we sure hope you'll join us here at Champaign County Sports. Like and subscribe. That game on Monday is going to be at 6 p.m. at Martinsville Junior Senior High. Again, between the winner of Mattoon St. John's and Kansas. So join us on Monday. Again, hopefully in person, but if not, hopefully you'll join us here. And even if you join us in person, we hope you'll watch the game afterwards. So thank you for joining us today. Have a great night. If you're a Crusader fan, enjoy and celebrate the win. And we'll see you on Monday. Good night and God bless.